Hello, my name is Christian. I'm representative of Solido, Austria, Germany and Switzerland. I welcome you to our wonderful tiny house Escape A17, which can be purchased fully off-grid or on-grid, as ever you wish. This is the structure of the tiny house. It's built fully from wood, sheep wool and other materials, but everything as ecological as possible. We have on the inside of the wall, we have pine wood. It can be painted or even in natural. We could work with plywood or triple layered wood. Inside we have a sheep wool material. It's fully ecological, it's breathing, and it's a wonderful material to work with and to live within. It's giving a wonderful climate to the room. Outside we have thermo-treated wood, which means it's basically fried in oil so that there is no moisture, no insects, no nothing. It's combined with steel sheeting, and we have ventilation space to keep our walls super dry. For example, here is one of our components for off-grid solutions. We have here a water filtration system. We basically use it for two options. One is we collect rainwater and we filtrate it to be drinking water. Or if you're having a pond or another water resource where you're not sure about the quality, if you can drink it or not, we can filtrate it and make it for drinking water. The filtration unit is coming from an Austrian company. Basically it's free of maintenance. We have just a cartridge inside like this. The cartridge must be cleaned every couple of weeks or months, but it will last up to 10 years depending on the quality of the water which is using inside. The wonderful thing is we don't need any electricity. All the filtration will be made just by gravitation. The Solido Escape A17 is basically 6.6 meters long, 2 meters and 55 wide and 3 meters and 75 in the height. Additional, we have the other components of the trailer. That means, including the loft, we have a surface, a living space of 22 square meters roundabout, which is giving us a good size for 1, 2, 3 or up to 4 people for permanent use or for as a holiday residence. Let's go inside, and I'm happy to introduce you to the interior design of our A17 model. To our left we have a wonderful seating area. We use it as a couch. The couch is basically made for a hybrid use. We can use it as a couch. We could make an L-shaped couch on each side. This would work just like this, or we could even use the second side to make a double bed out of it. For during the day, if we sleep with 4 people, we have here the chance to store all the bed sheets and everything else what we don't want to see during the day. Here we can sit with a couple of people. If we put the couch back, we would have different solutions for our table. We have a bigger table which can fold up, and we can make here a big dining area where we can basically have a comfortable dinner with up to 6 people. If we look further, we are coming to our kitchenette. This can be in different options. In this case, we have absolutely best practice solution for off-grid versions. This is a solid wood cooker, so that means that we can make here a normal wooden fire. We can cook on top, and we have here the chance for baking for pizza or meat or whatever we like. The important thing is we have a hybrid use. We can cook, bake and heat the house at one time. Another important thing for a tiny house is that we don't have such a wide space, so that with smaller stoves very often there is the chance that you get burned, or it's dangerous, the textiles start to burn. In this case it's like this. We have here a ventilation space, so this part and this part of the stove is not getting hot. We just get hot over here and here on the glass plate, but everything else basically stays just hand warm. All the furniture basically is handmade. That means we use plywood. The plywood is super light, but it's a very strong material. But you can use it as a normal kitchen as you're used from back home. You will find lots of storage and everything is working like perfectly. We have here an integrated fridge with a freezer inside. And we have here a very big sink and everything for our garbage. In this case, because it's an off-grid solution, we have a gas cooking plate with 2 fields, with 2 burners, what is working like really, really well. Even here on the top, we have huge storage, but it's working really fine, and it's closing very soft by itself. We have here an off-grid solution. It's a water tank driven by water pump. The sink is very big, and we can use it perfectly, wash everything. All the windows in this model are from aluminium, and it's very important that we have sliding windows, because all other window solutions like tilt and turn would make us problems because the space is much smaller. We always cover the outside with mosquito nets, what gives us the chance to have no flies and other insects inside here, and we can keep the windows open regularly to keep the house very ventilated when it's very hot. On the other side, we have our stairs, which are used perfectly for all type of storage. We have here the chance to put many clothes. It's pretty big, to store shoes, even underneath here. And we have the chance that we use here everything as a storage. So every centimeter basically is used perfectly. Let's go upstairs. If we go upstairs to the loft, it's basically the sleeping area. There you see the inside unit of the air condition, what is even working in an off-grid solution, because we have pretty much power, and at least in summer we can use it to cool down a little bit the house if it's necessary. But as you can see, we have a window on the left and on the right. It's even sliding windows with mosquito protection, what will give us the chance to ventilate the sleeping area really well. Behind the bed you will find lots of storage, and in an off-grid solution it's even the possibility to put there a rainwater tank where we collect the rainwater to filtrate it and put it then into the clear water tank. You would have switches for light, for the spots, and even here at the end of the bed where your feet will be, we have again the chance to put lots of storage like boxes or whatever we need. There are different and individual solutions. So let's go to the bathroom. We can open the door. It's a sliding door that saves us lots of space. You will have on the left the sink and a washing table. We have a separate toilet and a shower to the right. Now you can see one of the off-grid solutions. We have the clear water tank here, which could be connected to the filtration system and to the rainwater connection. In this case, the clear water tank is about 100 liter, but we could even make it a little bit higher. The hot water is produced in this case by gas. In an on-grid solution it could be electric boiler, or we could use a hybrid boiler where you can choose between electricity and gas as a heating source. In this case we have for the off-grid solution a separate toilet. That means that We separate the urine from the rest. The urine will go outside, and if you just sit down here, it will open, so you will not see inside, and it will close again. So it's a very clean solution. And even here we could put the ventilation on, so that even in the worst case the smell would go outside. You have here a very big shower, which is absolutely minimum the same size than you're used from back home. It's very light, from easy materials, easy to clean. And behind the shower you have again a huge storage, very deep, where you can store everything what you need for the household, for example, or towels or whatever. You can see even here we have tilt and turn window because it's not so big, but you can see even here we have mosquito protection, so even here you can keep the windows open all the time if it's necessary. Alright, here we have some technical stuff. This is the remote control of the air condition, where we can balance the temperature inside here. And we have here the water supply, how is the filling of the water, and from Victron we can see about the power supply over here. This is belonging to the off-grid system, so that we have an idea about how is the situation with our off-grid components, if we must save energy or even not. Let's go outside. I want to tell you something about the other options for heating resources. In this case, for example, especially in on-grid solutions, we have the chance, if we just want to have a little fire, then we can even work with smaller stoves like this, which can be placed on the countertop to have a little fire in the night. But they are basically not made as a single heating resource. It's not about the capacity at the moment. This one is 4 kilowatt. The small one would be 2.7 kilowatt. But the thing is that they have not enough weight to store the energy overnight. We can even provide other heating resources like pellet stoves, air conditions, electric heaters, or an electric floor heating, as ever it is suitable for the personal use of the customer. So if you tell us how you want to use the house, more in winter, more in summer, or whatever is your idea, if you have connections or not, we can provide you with our experience the right resource for heating. Here you can see basically the components of our off-grid system. In this type we have the outside unit of the air condition, which is not the normal part of the off-grid unit, but in this case it makes sense for the client to have it. Underneath we have the chance to put the gas bottle. And then we're coming here to the technical box. Here's already lots of knowledge inside through the last years. So here we have a full Victron system, which is coming from the yacht building. Basically is super powerful, and it's a setup which is working every year, all year round, every day. In this case we provide the energy from two sources. One is a photovoltaic system with 2.1 kilowatt maximum, and we have additionally a wind turbine. The wind turbine is very, very suitable for all coastal regions or for places in the mountains where we have regularly fog, rain, or even snow. The wind turbine is from a supplier Superwind, is basically a world leader in wind turbines. What is very important for us, that it's working on storms, and even with heavy storms we would have no vibration and no noise from the wind turbine. Another thing what is important is that the solar panels and the wind turbine are having two different chargers, which can provide energy to our batteries. The batteries are two lithium accus with 100 ampere hours of capacity, which would be possible that we make this bigger depending on the use of the client. Here we are now at the back side of the house. Here is the chance to fill water inside the clear water tank. If we look further, we have the mosquito nets of the windows, and here we have the chimneys. It's stainless steel, it's an insulated chimney, which is working really well, and it's accordingly to all regulations we have in Germany, Austria and Switzerland. In this case, we have as a basis a Flemix trailer, which is 3.5 tons. It can be towed by a normal truck or a big SUV. Legally on the road, it will be delivered with COC papers. It's having 2 axles suitable for up for 5.4 tons of weight, but we will keep lower than 3.5 tons depending on all the appliances we put inside. We have here the standing jacks, which are giving a really strength when we put up the trailer on a certain position. So this was a basic tour through our A17, much more to discover. Thank you for watching. You will find the link below, and we are happy if you get in contact with us.